Hey, community, how are you? I had to hop off because my son was calling. He went to school today for the first time in a year, I guess. Well, it was March 20 when school started, March 13th. So, 9 months or so. And it just stopped the call. But I just liked the way the day looked and the sun was shining, so I put it up there anyway. But what I was asking you, what I was in the middle of, was just asking you to really explore for yourself. What are the thoughts that you think about money, and how much of what you think is actually true or accurate? How much have you tested? How much do you really know versus how much has just been passed down? I mean, okay, someone gives you a recipe. Usually you ask for the recipe because you've tasted the food and you liked it. It's just not a piece of paper on the table and you're like, oh, what's this? I think I'll go home and cook it. There's something that you've tried on your own, and so you have a sense of what is, the texture of it and, what it's all about. But when it comes to money, I just want you to think about, what is it that you know about money? What were you taught about money, and who taught you? And how come you believe what you believe about money in the first place? So if we don't ask these kind of questions, if we don't begin to look at these more closely, we could end up in lack and limitation and not really understand how come. So I'm inviting you to join me this coming Thursday, today is Tuesday, for a powerful, powerful webinar. And I just want you to begin to start thinking about some things ahead of time. In the event you may have some questions, but I'm going to be exploring the 5 myths. What are the myths that we believe, that we don't question, that we trust, that we don't investigate when it comes to money? I'm like, why we let money off the hook? If you were going to date somebody and you were going to meet them, and after you talk for a little while, you don't mind having some references from a friend or something saying, oh yeah, I know him or her and I know this about him, whatever. But why, when it comes to money, the one thing that is significant in so many areas of our life, why, when it comes to money, we don't question anything? We just take whatever we have and we just go and try and make do. Well, that's not okay. So this Thursday, I want to expose the myths. I want to expose the lies that we've been working under and operating, because we can't get to abundance, we can't get to prosperity, we can't get to wealth or the wealth consciousness if we're still operating from beliefs that are erroneous, that are just false, that have you so much out of alignment with money that you'll never see the results that you want and desire. So you let me know, make a list, bring it to the call. I'd love to hear it. It's going to be Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, which of course is 7 p.m. Eastern time. And you'll see, you've probably been getting the emails, but if not, I'll put the link below. I try and tell you by heart, but I don't want to mess it up since I don't have it with me and I'm already doing more than enough driving. I'll put the link below. Please reserve your seats. We only have so many seats and people that can get in. We had 200 some people register so far at least. We'll see who actually shows up. But I just want you to think about that. There's a lot of things that are happening in our lives that we really have become automatic pilot about. And we didn't question, well, why are we doing this way? We didn't ask questions. And so we end up without information. And we also end up using outdated principles and concepts when we're wanting to see greater abundance, prosperity, and purposeful relationships with money in our lives. And it's up to us to be able to challenge it, to see, okay, what is real? What isn't real? And I save you time. I did a lot of that. I challenged as much as I could, so you don't have to worry about doing it. And then make some decisions based on that going forward. But if we're always operating off erroneous and outdated information, sheesh, how are we going to ever get to the fulfillment we're supposed to have? How are we going to ever tap into the prosperity we're supposed to have? So I don't know if you know what the myths are, but I'm inviting you to join me to find out what are the money myths that are impacting your relationship with money. And more importantly, what do we do about them? Now, I know some of you probably don't care. You have plenty of money and your life is going great and your credit cards are good. You don't have any debt. You have your mortgage. You have your emergency fund. You have your savings account. Maybe you've even started investing. I still say there may be things that you may need to know as well that will strengthen the relationship you may already have with money. Now, for others of you that may be saying, what is she talking about? I've got this and I've got that, I've got that. Well, those are what I call, hi Joshua, your financial foundation. And they're financial milestones that we are supposed to accomplish along the journey. Did they tell you that when you were growing up? They didn't tell me either. But that's what I've called them, and that's what I've learned, because there's certain steps that you want to take to create your foundation, and then it's from there that you springboard into wealth. So that's all I got for now. I know that's more than 5 minutes, but I'm almost at the school, and I get to take the passenger seat. I have a 16-and-a-half-year-old who's working that permit, and I'm letting him work it because I've been doing all the driving these days. But I just want you to pause. See, there's so much going on that we don't take the time for ourselves. We don't take the time to question. Right? I want you to write down everything you believe about money. Just write it down. This is what I want you to do. Find a quiet place, and then just get really still, take a couple of deep breaths, and go down inside of you. Find those places where you're upset or you're frustrated or you feel tight or whatever it is about money, or where you feel happy and exuberant and peaceful with money. And then write down what you hear. Write down what you believe. Write down what you think. When you see a Maserati go by, what do you think? When your friend says, I've got like $20,000 in my savings account, what do you think? When someone else says, I just got a credit card from American Express and I have a $10,000 limit, what do you think? When something's on sale, what do you think? When someone said, I just bought that outright for the full price, what do you think? I want you to begin to think about what you think about money, because that is where you're going to find your freedom. That's where you're going to find your freedom and your success, because it's about what you think and what you feel. And what you may not realize is that we all think different things about money. And here's the thing. I don't know if we've tested it, proven it, or if we even know if it's true or accurate. Now, I'm just saying, because I didn't either. I just started off with money and kept on going. It was like when I was 38 or 40 that I finally started realizing some of this isn't working. Some of what they said may not necessarily be true. It's just not working. So then I had to go find out on my own what really worked. So I'm going to talk to you about some of that on, I want to say Thursday, but I want to make sure it's Thursday, on the call on Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hi, Evelyn. It's good to see you. And then write them down and bring them with you to the call, okay? And those of you who write it down, I'm going to ask for you. So you put your hands up, I'm going to ask for you, because I want you to be able to tell us what were some of the things that you realize that you think about money that you haven't explored, you haven't tested them to see if it's really true. You may not even know where you got that thought from. That's how things roll when it comes to money. We just do it, okay? And now you know what? I want you to do it smart. I want you to do it with compassion. I want you to do it with a plan. And I want you to know more about it than you know right now, okay? I'll put the link below. Here I am at the school. Take good care. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Bye for now.